This is every Easter egg, cameo, and hidden detail in the new trailer for Avengers Doomsday, and I got something to say. That trailer was just Doom aura farming and quote farming like crazy, and telling the Avengers, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four, it smells like bitch in here. But honestly, I ain't mad at it. They got me wanting to switch up to Doom side. When he said all of y'all have been living stolen lives, it's time to give them back, I was like, facts, all of y'all, yeah, for sure. But there's actually some crazy hidden details like potentially Tobey Maguire's universe getting destroyed, Doom's new fit, Doom's coven of witches and wizard, and so much more. Because it left some crumbs along the way, and y'all know me, if I get some crumbs, I'm about to give y'all a 5-star meal. But either way, me and you know what we gotta do, we gotta talk about it. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil, and Doom's family for real. So the trailer opens up with Doom just sitting there menacingly on his throne in what I can only assume is Latveria, Doomstad, and his castle as he just wallows away in his own self-pity alone. And if you look at the floor, it looks like he's just doing a bunch of rituals, magic, incantations, which in case you don't know, Dr. Doom is essentially like a mixture of Tony Stark, Reed Richards, and Doctor Strange. And the way he treats magic is the way that he treats inventions. If Doctor Strange treats magic by the book, Doom tries to dissect it and understand what makes it work and iterate until it fits his needs. So I like and also hate that Sue Storm is saying he was the smartest guy in every room, which is true, but then when she said he used to be kind, he used to be caring, I was like, hold on a minute, play. This is not going to be the Doom we all know and love from the books. Or it's a misdirect, and she's talking about someone else, not Doom. But we can see Sue crying here, which means something happened to another member of the Fantastic Four, or even worse, Franklin, which we know Doom had his eyes set on in the post-credit scene of the first steps. But then we get quick shots of a beat-up Ian McKellen's Magneto, Channing Tatum's Gambit, and Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers. And again, it looks like they've all been in some type of big battle. There's nothing but dust and blood on him. More on that in a second. Because then Sue says, and then everything he loved was taken from him. As we see Doom looking at this portrait of what I'm hoping is a young version of him and his mom, but more than likely it's his family and they're doing the Kingpin shit from Into the Spider-Verse, which is kind of boring. But I love the way this looks. He just sits in darkness with the only light coming through the stained glass windows of his castle. Low-key, that's me to that Spider-Man 2 poster every day. Then we get a shot of Shang-Chi, Black Panther, M'Baku, John Walker, and Namor. And it looks like Shang-Chi has been through some shit. So I'm assuming this takes place after the Avengers and the X-Men fight in their universe, and Doom reveals himself to be the real villain, because it looks like they're in the Fantastic Four's penthouse of the Baxter building. And that's when the reinforcements come join them. Because Shuri and Baku, they look fine. Sue then says, I knew he was lost, but I didn't know he was broken. As we get a shot of Thor looking buff as hell, and then we get the sweeping overhead shot that slowly reveals Doom standing over what I think is Latveria on the balcony of his castle. But you'll notice there's actually other cloaked figures surrounding him. One immediately to his right and one over his shoulder. And I think this is going to be the Coven of Witches and the one wizard that we got pictures of from Comic-Con and D23. And one of those is most likely Stephen Strange himself, because the mask has 3 holes in it. And in Hickman's Secret Wars and New Avengers run, Doctor Strange, or a variant of Doctor Strange, I should say, sides with Doctor Doom and is his sheriff of the mystic arts, his right-hand guy. As for the other witches, they could be a plethora of different magic users. Clea, Sylvie, Rio Vidal, maybe Wanda, the Ancient One, so on and so forth. But again, inhale, exhale that Doom aura. Now we get this shot of a destroyed, decimated Manhattan. And I know for a fact it's Manhattan because you can see the Chrysler building and that Central Park. It's tough to tell, but it looks like there's a ship in Central Park and maybe even a giant machine in the background covered by dust. I gotta assume this is the heavily rumored opening sequence of the X-Men's universe colliding with Tobey Maguire's universe, where we see the X-Men have made the decision for Tobey Maguire's universe to save their own. And whatever device they've created to destroy his universe is probably here somewhere. And this is by far my favorite part of the trailer, but we got Reed Richards saying, Victor, did you do this? As we get a close-up on Doom's eyes, and I love how green they are. Then we just get quick shots of literally every single Avenger, Fantastic Four, X-Men holding their loved ones close and just looking in awe. This shot of Ian McKellen's Magneto crying concerns me, as does the shot of everyone else's kids, which again makes me think that Doom lost his son and his wife. Absolutely love the shot of James Marsden's Cyclops with a giant sentinel behind him. It's about damn time they gave my dog some swag, but that brother is cooked. This is probably right before he shoots out his concussive blast from the X-Men teaser trailer in December, as he lets out one final, to me, my X-Men. And then we get Doom shooting out of what, I don't know what that is, some type of, it's gotta be like a Fantastic Four ship or something. Low-key looks like the Teen Titans base.
Taking a closer look, it looks like Doom gets hit by Mjolnir out of this ship, which looks like the ship from that set leak because of the window pattern. You can see Mjolnir moving as Doom uses magic to brace his landing.
But I love how in mid-air he kind of shifts. It reminds me of the Dead Strange cape for a little bit. Before he superhero lands with some green magic on one knee, we can see this is a completely different suit, which was actually revealed at D23, which I'm calling his Trojan horse Doom look, his friendly look in a sense. But I wouldn't be mad if it was a Doom bot or someone else entirely disguised as Doom and has been playing him for a fool, manipulating them along the way with the real Doom in the shadows. That would be some Doom type shit. I mean, I've been speculating since they announced Robert Downey Jr. that I don't think he's going to be the only Doom in this movie, but only time will tell. And again, I love the emotion that Reed shows here. He says, answer me, Victor, did did you do this? Because that is the crux of Hickman's Secret Wars run, is the rivalry between Reed and Victor Von Doom. So legit, any crumbs, any straws, I'm grasping at them, I'm picking them up. And I love how Reed has been pushed to this point because he was much more calm, cool, and collected in First Steps. Really makes you feel like the stakes have been raised. Then we get the same shot of Thor fighting Doom, only this time we hear Thor say, "I swear you will beg for a hell long before I grant it." As Doom stops Stormbreaker with two big dooms with the help of some magic, tosses it to the side like one of Andy's toys, and then yeets Thor across the damn landscape with green magic again. As Doom says, "Hell answers to me," as we see him do some type of magic spell, ritual incantation on the floor and raises these destroyed sentinels for him to use in a fight. As he says, "For I am Doom." And again, just glaze the shit out of this shot. I can't believe I'm looking at Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, on the big screen controlling sentinels. That's just some shit I never thought I would see in my lifetime. It's crazy. And I mean, just look at the aura. Inhale it, exhale it, taste it. Absolutely love the vibe and atmosphere of this trailer. Definitely felt like impending doom was coming. Reminded me a lot of that first Infinity War trailer where Gamora's talking about Thanos. This time we got Sue talking about Doom. This one did a lot more for me than the first trailer. And the craziest part is it's just called Special Look. It's not even the official trailer too. And they haven't shown anything when you really think about it. But that was everything I was able to find in the Doomsday Special Look trailer. Let me know if you found anything interesting down in the comments below. And let me know what you think about all this, as well as my thoughts, theories, and opinions down in the comments below. And as always, we've been following for more.